Hey everybody! On this episode of Box Office Breakdown, we're going to find out how the master of the mystic arts trumped those trolls. Let's do it.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Box Office Breakdown.
Hey everybody, welcome to Box Office Breakdown here on Popcorn Talk. This is the show that we break down the box office from the weekend that was, and then we
prognosticate.
Yeah! About the box office to come. I'm one of your hosts, Frank Moran. You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie.
Hi guys, I'm Quinn Scillian. You can find me on Twitter at Quinn Scillian.
And I'm Kari Lane. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kari D. Lane and Facebook at Kari Lane Actor.
And I'm DJ Richie Skye, and you can stalk me on Instagram at Twitter at DJ Richie Skye.
Always be stalking him.
Always
be stalking him. Now, folks, you can like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hop in the chat as well. We're going to pull the chat up so we can hear what you guys have to think about the box office from the weekend that was, or just the general film thoughts as we lead into this upcoming weekend at the box office. A lot of cool stuff that happened at the box office and a lot of movies. I think we all saw a lot of movies this weekend.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Everyone but Mr.
Skye?
Smelly over here.
And Richie Skye decided to join us.
I missed last week, and I didn't see any movies, so.
Nice.
We left your seat open and said you were a ghost.
Yeah. It was Halloween
Halloween
theme.
episode.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Madea Halloween.
Oh, great.
And as predicted, it's still in the top 5.
Yeah.
Chug,
Wait,
chug,
don't
chug,
be
chug,
so
chug.
excited about this. You're not a huge fan of those movies. Now he's like, I didn't know it.
You know what, though? I knew it was going to be big.
You
yeah.
happen on.
I knew it was going to be big.
There you go. There you go. You happen on the train right there. You happen on that bandwagon.
Whatever.
How close were you guys on this week? I was very excited to be like, oh my gosh, I actually had, I think, almost all of them. I can't remember if I said Inferno, but I definitely said my top 3 were absolutely
I think I had Doctor Strange, Trolls, Inferno, Boo, Hacksaw. So I
Yeah.
switched
You're close.
3 and 5.
Yeah.
I'm
Did
so
I.
shocked. Okay, I'll get to that in a second.
Well, we'll just kick things off here.
the
Coming
gun.
in number 1, as I said, the master of the mystic arts, Dr. Stephen Strange, took the top of the box office there from Marvel there, $84.9 million.
Did you see this movie?
I did see this movie.
I also saw this
How
movie.
was it?
I saw this movie too.
How was it?
Yeah!
Wait. Not
Yes.
all that.
I like that Mr. I'm going to see every superhero movie, hasn't seen it, and
Yeah.
this.
And I don't even mess with Marvel that hard, and I saw it.
Yeah.
Now, Richie
How
Skye,
was it?
Richie Skye, let's
go
be
down
fair.
the line.
Let's be fair. How much do you want to know? Because we don't want to get into
You
it.
know me, I
We
love
don't wanna
spoilers.
spoil
I
it
want to
for
know
the
everything.
You wanna know
fans
everything?
either, though.
All right.
Okay.
Let's not do it for our Popcorn Talk fans or employees.
Speaking of the fans, do
Wait.
you mind if we get the chat up there?
Guys, I want you to get as detailed as possible and
Without giving any details.
no, tell everything because Mark in the booth, he desperately wants to know every single detail. Written down there.
No,
Minute by
Frank's
minute.
gonna get punked.
No, I liked it. It was fine. It was fine. It was good. I'm just
Fine?
yeah, it's just one of those where
What?
I would compare.
We're going down the line.
Okay,
It's
okay.
I would just say briefly, I would compare when you can watch one season of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Flash, Green Arrow, any of the other superhero shows, you can get a nice story in one entire season, 9 months. I mean, we're coming up on going to be 10 years by the time we get to Avengers Infinity War. So it just feels like it's very ambitious what Marvel's doing, but also on the other hand, it's like, man, just like, let's just get to it already.
Why are you hating on this well-thought-out plan?
I'm not
You've
hating,
talked
but
about
it's
this
just,
plan, too.
The plan is good, but then also
Yeah.
it's just like, it is also 10 years. So, it's just like, at times I wish, and certainly I know actors, contracts, production schedules, things like that, things are going to take time, but it's still, man, I feel like we're still just leading up. Everything's just a little
Do
bit.
you think they're going to run out of steam? Is that the concern, or are you just getting impatient?
Fine, just fine, guys.
Yeah, chat room's like, fine.
Well, all right, because my last comment about this is that much like Thor, when that
Okay.
came out, where they had to try to
What are
create,
you
like-
about to say about Thor?
Well, no, just whether.
No, he's comparing.
Yeah, so when they're talking about the gods, they have to
Yes.
kind of add like a scientific bent to kind of explain their
Okay.
how their
Yeah.
society works. Same thing with magic here in the Marvel universe. I wanted more. Let's just see Doctor Strange doing incantations, gesturing with his hands. They try to add a little bit more of a scientific base, kind of ground it a little bit more. And I don't know. I didn't really enjoy that aspect. I rather would have just like
Interesting.
if we're going to introduce magic in the Marvel universe, let's just go.
Magic just exists.
I
Let's
agree.
get-
It does get a little confusing. One thing I did really appreciate about Doctor Strange, which is something that like I think every one of these movies kind of has to handle a little like sensitively, is like how do everyone else who is not the superhero vibe with learning about these new things. Like Rachel, I'm talking about Rachel McAdams' part.
I loved
and I think
her
that they did a
reactions.
really good job with this. They made it exactly as weird as it needed to be, but they didn't labor it. They didn't make it like, which can get a little bit kind of crazy. But she also didn't believe it right away, which is really great. And I think that quality of the movie was done really well. I thought the CGI and all the animation, all the effects and stuff, I thought those were really inventive and really, really cool. I really appreciated those. I do think Tilda Swinton was a weird casting choice. I didn't.
Why?
Because we were talking last week about they didn't, not wanting to put an Asian actor in the role because it didn't want to seem stereotypical. But I'm watching this being like, this is so not a stereotype of an Asian character at all. Besides the fact that she has a shaved monk head and that she's kind of practicing some kind of Eastern
What
kind
when we
of.
think of mystic and mystical?
I know, but
we
her
tend
as
to
a
think
character,
of, like,
it was she was quirky, she was weird. There was a good amount of humor in that, and I think that it would have been just as well done with an Asian actor, even though I love her,
Right.
but I don't think that she was necessary to the part. And does anybody feel like Doctor Strange felt a lot like Tony Stark? Just in terms of cast, just in terms of like he's like kind of like a narcissist.
he
He's
has
kind
the
of an
goatee.
asshole. He's kind of sarcastic.
Rich.
No,
the
it's-
rich. I felt like they to me
But
felt very
if-
similar.
But if that's how they are in the comics, then
You
they are
gotta,
similar.
you gotta keep it that way.
I guess. I just feel like I didn't see like enough separation or
Who
enough
do you
diversity
prefer
there.
more?
Tony
Stark,
is,
I think.
He's arrogant, but he still cares about the group. Doctor Strange takes forever to care about the group, so they're different in that way. Because
See, I don't think that at all. I think Doctor Strange got on board really early with a strong moral compass. I thought
he didn't. No.
I didn't see him being like super selfish or anything. His journey to me felt like it was.
It wasn't only until like the very end where he's like, I care about the
See,
group
I guess I
more
didn't.
than
I didn't
myself.
pick up on that too much. I didn't find him to be like super selfish, but I did find him to be an arrogant, rich asshole. Which means
yes.
ding ding ding, Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I really liked it. Going down the table this way, just so you know. Yes. I really enjoyed it. I thought there was a lot of humor, which I
Okay.
appreciate
Really
in a lot
funny.
of the Marvel movies, where it's like serious and then it's like random comedy. Special effects. Someone in the chat agrees with me, and we all agree. Rachel McAdams and her reactions to what's going on is realistic and not beating it over the head
Yeah.
of like,
yeah.
okay, yes, someone would be surprised, but can we have someone who goes, wow, that's weird. Okay, wait, I follow. I get what's going on, and not totally like, I don't believe you the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, those are just so annoying. Like, can we have
Exactly.
a realistic person go, I don't understand what's going on, but I'm going to go with you as you're telling me this
And
information.
when the mop fell over, like little moments like that were really, really fun. I thought, there was a lot of tiny little things like that. They were so cute and really rounded out the whole thing really well.
So
And
jealous.
Well, 'cause
overall,
it's-
it's just, I thought it was a fun Marvel movie. I get what you mean, though, of it's drawing out a process.
Was it long?
No. It's just like
about 2
those
hours.
stepping stones
Okay,
for stones, haha, in a way. To the whole grand scheme of Marvel, sure, that does feel like, okay, it's going to be a while. But I
Okay.
enjoyed the ride, so it was all good. There were people, and this is for you guys who haven't seen it yet, stay through all the way
All
through
the credits.
I have people getting up at the beginning. I'm like, it's a Marvel movie, you morons.
I know, but they thought it came early because there's like, I don't want to give it away.
First one. Well, the first one is more like a tie to another movie, and the second one is for sequel. That is not a spoiler. It's just the stay for that info. Because the first one, everyone gets up before the first one came on, and that's kind of like a quarter into the credits. And the last one's at the
Amateurs.
very, very
Amateurs.
What is the
yes.
next Marvel movie? Do we know?
Thor? Guardians
Thor?
of the Galaxy.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy
like,
comes
they
up
come
next,
May,
and then it
and
would
then
be
Thor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then Avengers Infinity War the following year.
Secret War. Someone said, what else? Oh, yeah, someone in the chat's talking about, I'm okay with DC for, them drawing. Oh, Marvel seems to be dragging out too long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? Okay, so Jamie Hubert says, I enjoyed Doctor Strange. It would be a very interesting experience to watch while high. I
Yes.
definitely sat next to some kids who had
There's some
imbibed
crazy
before
visuals.
the movie because I could smell that skunk next to me the entire movie. But they seem to be having a blast.
It's cool even if you're not on any substance. And did you guys see it?
Thanks, guys.
I was on like one
Did you
beer and I had a
guys-
blast.
Did you guys see it in any special theater? Like
I did see 3D.
or
I did
IMAX?
see 3D, which
Did that
like
make it better?
I never choose a 3D movie. The same thing as always. The only time I ever see a 3D movie is when that was the time that worked best for me to go
Right.
see it. Is when I see the 3D.
Okay.
I also saw Trolls in 3D, and I had a very strange
Did
experience.
you need to do that?
Yeah, that was just the time that worked.
Okay.
But I had a very strange experience. I'm sorry. Maybe I just am crazy and I didn't know this.
Okay.
When I was watching Trolls, I had to go to the bathroom. Yeah, I went to the bathroom during Trolls. Whatever.
Quinn.
So anyway,
Yes.
I was in the bathroom. My glasses fell off and they broke. So my 3D glasses broke, and I took them to the front and I said, "Hey, these fell off.
Yeah.
Can I get a new pair?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." She gave them to me. She said to like the girl working next to her, being like, "Are they on? Are they working?" And the girl had like this little machine, and she was like, "Oh, it's out of battery. They'll be fine. They'll be fine."
Wait,
So,
a battery?
A little
Why would you
tiny
need a
box.
battery?
Right. So weird. So I take my glasses back
They're
to go
just
see
like the-
Trolls, and I'm sitting in the movie theater, and for about a minute, my glasses are not working. It looks the same when I put them on, and then about a minute in, they clicked on and started working. I did not
there's an
know
on and
that
off
3D
switch?
glasses worked like this. I did not realize they were
Some
so
do,
high
and
tech.
Some do and some don't. Some you can just do the real 3D, which is just basically sunglasses, and the other ones have like the reddish band around. They do have a battery charger in there with.
Yeah, and it turns them on.
knew
It was
that?
so
Never used
crazy. And they turned on like a minute after, so it was almost like she turned them on like remotely from the lobby or something. Like it was bizarre.
Okay.
I thought that they were just like a fancier
Yes.
version of the red and the blue lenses, and you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was blown away.
I did not Trolls and not on this list. I saw Jack Reacher.
You're kidding.
Nice.
Like you're like, well, I will say I saw
That
Doctor
was a
Strange
good-
and Jack Reacher at a theater for $5.50 for both movies. On
That wasn't
Sundays.
a bad movie.
No, I thought it was really cool actually. Like there's action. There's not maybe as much humor. The other one kind of had that humor peppered in the action. The kids storyline maybe's drawn out, but I was okay with it. I was like, all right, cool. This is a plausible thing that a character of his age could happen to him. And I liked the intrigue of like what's going down in the like thriller aspect of what's like what's the crime being done, and he was cool action. I don't know if I'm necessarily all hating like you of like put your shirt back on.
Tom Cruise, put your shirt back on.
Oh, but what is her name?
Poor
What's the
Tom.
main actress's name? I'm totally blanking.
Colby Smolder.
Wasn't she good?
Loved her.
She was the best part of that
Oh,
movie.
she's so good.
I'd like to hear that.
She's totally badass and sexy at the same time,
and I
like,
wanted more.
cool, and she's really interesting, and you believe her of like I am in charge, and they have good conversations of like guys and girls in the military a little bit, and so I thought it was a fun movie. Like,
Yeah.
no, maybe it's not as good as the first one, but as a Sunday matinee or on Netflix or Redbox, sure.
Because it got ripped apart, and you were saying not
Yeah.
deserved.
No,
Okay.
not deserved at all.
All right.
It was cool. I don't know why people hate
maybe
on
that's
it
one
so
of those kind of movies where people are going in like trying to hate it.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe. It's just one of those, I'm like, all right, we'll go see it. And then I was like, that was cool. It's
Yeah,
fun.
okay.
I did a double feature.
Now, Quinn mentioned Trolls, so that actually came in number 2 at the box office from Fox, $45.6 million.
Who
So
else saw
what
that?
did you think of Trolls?
Now, that was the movie that was the subject of our box office bet, so we all placed
Yes.
our bets. I actually picked 40, and I was
You were the
scared.
closest.
I
one, and
was
you still
so
went to go see
scared.
this movie.
Yep, and I went to go see the movie just on the offhanded chance that I was going to lose.
Yeah.
And I
it's-
like,
it's terrible.
I love how last week they were like, it's not going to even make 20.
I know.
No.
What didn't you like about it?
It was
Look at
just
it.
dull. I mean, it was just it was a very simplistic plot. It was just
Yeah.
It sure was. The plot was definitely simplistic.
It is a child
The music
movie.
was also all like there was no. It wasn't original
It was all
music,
covers.
so it was all covers and also like kind of strange choices at that. But I gotta say, I thought the animation was really inventive. You could see that the animators had a lot of fun. It was like this fun, like little felt kind of everything, and like when she's walking through and like the forest and all those things are attacking. Like I was like, that's fun. Like you can tell that there was a lot of imagination that went into this, and I thought that was really cute.
Are these movies ever usually that complex, though, Frank?
Well, I
Right.
mean, if I had to choose between this and Storks, I'd see Storks any day.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You
Storks,
really
way better
didn't
movie.
see. I think you
Storks
guys
just
all
won't
need
die
to
here,
see
will it?
Hotel Transylvania. You guys all have to see Hotel Transylvania 2 to see what a really horrible kids movie looks like. Because after that, I feel like I go in with like these expectations, and I'm always like pleasantly surprised that at least it's not Hotel Transylvania 2.
No, well, if you want to hear Justin Timberlake sing True Colors, then this is the movie for you.
Also, Justin Timberlake only sings like one song, and it's like, why would you waste a beautiful voice like
He
that?
always sings
He-
Can't Stop the Feeling.
Once his grandmother
Yeah.
got killed because of his singing.
Whoa! Spoiler!
Uh-oh. For those
Jeez.
trolls, trust me, it's not a big spoiler, guys.
Frank, you just ruined the movie for me, and now I can't go see it.
We do have a few people in the chat room chiming in that that was surprising, and then come on, they killed it for this time of the year coming out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And what was this? And then chat room also asked, what was the strangest song they put in the
What
movie?
was the strangest? There was a couple weird ones. I gotta go back and look.
Yeah.
There was a couple that I was just like,
Well, I'll take what you're saying and I'll let you know after I say it. Because apparently
but you know
I
what?
lost.
You
you know
lost
what
the
I
bet?
thought was
I did.
kind of cute about
You lost the bet?
Well, I only said 30 and I thought I was high for 30. And he put the 40.
I
and
was
she had
sweating it, guys.
35.
I was so
You know what
sweating.
was
Yeah.
kind of good about Trolls is I liked that with the nostalgia of how much they utilized their hair. Like the trolls like were swinging with their
True.
hair, like
Yeah.
using it as like a weapon, and I was like, that's
That
kind of a
looked
nice
so
little.
cool what I saw in
Yeah.
the trailer. So, all right, fine. I'll let you know
looks
because
so
I lost.
cool.
It did.
Yeah,
Okay, I was excited.
I was because I was like, all right, I'll be smart. I'll go see this.
Yeah.
I'll double up on Doctor
Frank,
Strange. Check out
I know.
Trolls. And then
I
when
knew I
found
was
out
gonna
it
see
did
it
well,
too.
I was
Here's
like,
a lesson,
I
Frank.
should have seen Jack Reacher instead.
Never do that. There's always the off chance that you might not lose.
Children's movie. That's what we called though. Kids movie.
Yeah.
Gonna do so well.
Yeah, all
and
right.
and adult like the voices are names that the adults care about. And kids movie always because it's not just one person who's gonna see it. They're gonna bring at least one parent or guardian.
I was picking out a lot of voices. I was like, oh, that's James. What's his name from the talk show?
James Corden.
James Corden and McLovin was in it, and
Yeah.
like a bunch of that was Jeffrey Tambor. It was kind of fun
No,
to
I
be
mean,
like,
yeah, it's great. You can have all these stars' names, but if you're not going to give
Is
them
it
a fun
just too
story,
little kitty for you?
I mean, it's really.
It was
just
very,
it's
So
very
it's
little
like
kitty.
the 8 and under
Oh yeah.
kind of idea. Okay.
Very simple.
Well, because there's different.
Did you
kids
go by
movies.
yourself?
Yeah, of course.
You know what that looks like when you do that, Frank?
It looks awesome. It doesn't look awesome, guys. It doesn't look awesome when you
Well,
see
you know,
Trolls by
there's
yourself.
some kids movies that are a little more all ages kids, and then there's the kids that you're like, even if you like children's movies, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's a little rough.
That's a
so
little
it was
bit.
one of those.
Like, but maybe like I don't know, Hotel Transylvania 2. I don't know, just spitballing.
Did you
it.
see the first one?
No.
Well, see, that's why.
I heard
'Cause
the
it's
first
the
one was
problem.
good.
No, I heard the first one was
Okay.
good too. But
All right.
Some people are disappointed in the chat room that Hacksaw Ridge did not do as well.
Well, I mean, speaking of that, I mean, there
Let's
was
get
some
to this
debate
number
about
three.
where it was going to
Yes.
fall in the top 5, and it actually did better than I predicted. Came in at number 3, 14.75 million there from Lionsgate.
Oh, because that's where my guess was for last time. I said Hacksaw Ridge would be 3, and then Doctor Strange would be 1. So trying to figure out Trolls, I'm like, well, how high do I think Hacksaw Ridge? Which is kind of low. I think I thought it was going to be a little higher than that.
that's about exactly
Like
where I
20
thought it was going to
maybe,
go.
if my Trolls was at 30. But
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Who knows if it may have a little staying power? I'm not sure. I mean, it seems like it's.
It feels like a movie that should come out closer to Thanksgiving and Christmas, like those real story movies that always seem to come out around those time where you go with the family.
More
it's
like
dramatic.
like the first week of December or something like that. Where it's more like
Yeah.
a award show bait, possibly.
Yes.
Do y'all think? I was going to say, do you guys feel like this is an Oscar baited movie?
I've definitely seen a lot of people talk about that on Twitter and stuff, so possibly.
On the Twitter,
I haven't seen
Twitter.
it
on Twitterverse.
on the Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, I know. I gotta. I guess I'll have to check it out because I mean, I guess from what I just the things that I've read, that the battle scenes are very.
I really want to see this movie. I
I'm
just don't think I'm going to
interested.
see it in theaters.
It's one I'll probably see it, but I'm not running to the theater.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Netflix.
I'm interested.
Netflix, iTunes rental, Redbox.
Yeah.
Do people still go there?
Oh no, even
I don't know.
worse. You could put it down on the chain and be like from the library, and it's free.
In the library.
Very.
You know what?
Hey,
having
I found a new library
having
by
fun
me.
isn't hard
And it's
when you've
has
got a library card.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we should all take away from this podcast.
I've
People still
discovered
go
the
there?
new library by me, and yes, they do. And this
Really?
one has a giant video selection. I'm so excited.
Is the one? Is
I
it,
am.
Oh my God.
Andrew Garfield
we
was
can talk
good.
about it later.
apparently in the chat we're saying Andrew Garfield was pretty good, which doesn't surprise me at all.
okay, yeah.
He's a pretty decent actor, so I'm sure he's going to do a good job.
Yeah.
I'd say for him. Also, he's kind of a
think
babe.
it's a good move for him too. Of like he's doing like super. He was in Spider-Man, and then right, that's what we were talking about. Yes.
Yes, and then he had that real estate movie.
And then yeah, and now he's doing like dramatic historical epics.
Who was in
so
that with him?
That's smart.
In
Was it Michael
Hacksaw
Keaton? Who
Ridge?
was that? No, the other
yeah.
one.
Shoot.
Someone, forget
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
It was it Michael Shannon?
Is that who it was?
I think so, yeah. The guy who played General Zod. I think that was him.
Yeah.
Coming in number 4, Richie's movie that he cannot stop talking about. Boo, Madea Halloween. Got another 7.8 million at the box office.
Y'all, when I was going to the movies to see my movies this weekend, I saw
Yes.
lots of people walking into that movie, so it was still
Yep.
doing pretty well this weekend.
Still popping.
Number 4 on the box office. So
Tell
yeah.
us about your experience seeing it, Richie.
I didn't see it.
Okay, but you're just up there like, yeah, it's doing great. Did not see it
I
once.
knew people were gonna see it though, so I was right.
I still have to go see it.
Yeah.
Wait, you haven't seen
I
it
lost,
yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
I lost the bet. And
She's
I
taking her.
still-
I thought you would see it like Halloween weekend.
I was going to, and then just was like, no time.
She's taking the Richie Skye World of Warcraft
Yes.
approach.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was shady, Frank.
But also, in Richie's defense, that was before we started the bet.
Thank you.
So
There was no real push for me to go see it.
You just said one time you would be like, I'd see it, and then like we were like harped on you to see it.
Yeah, it was like they
For, like, the
made me
next
go
6
see
weeks.
it. I was bullied.
And coming in number 5, though, we rounded out with Tom Hanks's film, the third installment of the Dan Brown film
Inferno.
series.
Okay,
Which I saw.
Who saw this?
I saw it.
I saw
How
as
was
well.
it? I need to know.
You did?
I have some thoughts about it. Do you want to start?
It's certainly. I mean, it's different than the book.
Give me
ending.
thoughts.
No spoilers, because I'm interested.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's different than the book.
It's different than the book?
The ending is different than the film. They
I
changed
heard
it
they
for
made
that.
it a more happy ending than
Well,
the book.
no. Well, I guess they made it more of a cinematic ending.
Okay.
You know, I actually don't know how the book ended. You're gonna have to tell me after this.
I will tell you off the air, so it's not to spoil. But yeah, it's a more cinematic ending. There was a discussion
Okay.
why
Okay, I
Ron
need
Howard
details.
why Ron Howard changed the ending, and just like the original ending, just it's fine, but it doesn't. In film, it wouldn't translate as
Right,
well.
right.
I get
Okay.
that.
Yeah, so they wanted to add a little bit more action
Yeah,
to it.
my thoughts about the movie were, I just feel like what you really like about those first 2 movies is like the puzzle piecing together and this clue leading to this clue and getting to see Robert Langdon or whatever being really like put all the puzzle pieces together, and that's like what's really fun. But in this movie, that doesn't really happen. It's not as much as a puzzle piece. It's a little bit more of an action film actually. And we were talking before that Tom Hanks isn't really an action star.
Right,
and
right.
There was like lots of running sequences and stuff like. It just feels like it kind of misses that kind of like fun watching them kind of do the math to figure it out. Like I was missing
So,
that.
In the
Okay.
book, that is the way it goes. It's a little bit more action based than puzzle solving.
Okay, so it was true to the
However,
book.
in the book, it's way too descriptive for me.
Yeah,
This book was probably way more descriptive than even the other ones were, like the Da Vinci Code. Like it was really descriptive.
it was because watching it, I was like, oh, they're already at this part.
Right,
I was
exactly.
comparing to the book,
Because
I was
in the
like,
book,
wow,
it
that's
takes
fast.
like hundreds of pages to get there.
Right,
Yeah.
sure.
So as it was speeding along, I was like, whoa, all right, man, they're just cruising
Well,
through
is it
this.
one of those things that it takes a paragraph to describe a room and you could show a room in like 3 seconds?
But
Right.
it is interesting to
you
figure
know?
out, like, when you strip out all that descriptive narrative, like just how just simple the plot is.
Yeah.
Like point A, point B, point C, we're done.
In the book, he gives all the
Okay.
history behind so much.
Yes.
I didn't
Okay.
really get that. I didn't really get that from the movie. Although I thought Felicity Jones was really lovely. I thought that also the one from Westworld who's in this movie. I can't remember her name.
Wait, which one? Oh, the one that played against Robert Langdon. Not Felicity Jones, but the older woman.
The
from
older one, yeah, she's
from
really good. So yeah, I think that National Treasure over Robert Langdon. Yes, I so agree.
Oh, I love National Treasure.
That's kind of what I was missing.
You guys, I'm going to throw out to the more obscure, The Librarian.
Oh, the TV
Oh
show.
my
Noah
God.
Wiley, Bob Newhart, Jane Curtin.
Well, not the show, the movies. They made
Yes.
like 3
Yeah, Noah
movies.
Wiley.
But, and then the show, yes.
Yeah.
I
And Bob
watched
Newhart
those on
Have you
Netflix.
seen those?
Netflix.
I've seen a couple episodes.
Netflix.
Okay, it's pretty much National Treasure meets Indiana Jones.
Yep.
But he's a little more the like reluctant guy, but he's so knowledgeable about it, and then goes into it. And he looks like he could be an action star in those movies. So, that's
Totally.
interesting that you say that about those. I'll probably still see him.
I didn't hate it. I don't mean to harp on it so badly because I actually really enjoyed
Well, I didn't get
Is
to see
that
that
in
you
that
didn't
Netflix
like
for
it.
it?
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you've read the books, absolutely
Yeah.
watch it. Absolutely watch it. I just think that, like, kind of what you kind of gear up for when you want to go see this. I didn't totally get it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But as a whole, I thought, what I really did like about it is it was timely, it was topical, and the way they made the bad guy. The way they did things made you side with the bad guy a little bit, not side with him, but like, you know what I mean.
Understand.
You understand his
I
motivations.
love understanding the motivations, and I
Right,
love
right.
kind of questioning your own morality when you're doing that. Kind of being like, whoa, like I can't believe I would even kind of be able to see that side of it, and they did that really well. I think
Okay.
so. That's just a testament to good writing. I think.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd rather live in a world where there are more Robert Langdon films than less. So sure, I'd take another one if they want to do it again. Yeah.
That's my hope.
But this certainly out of the 3 so far, this would be my least favorite of the
Really?
Yeah, I think most people would agree.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the top 5 here at this week's box office. There in the chat. Let's see.
Someone asked about for Resident Evil.
Yes.
Or Triple X. Yes, I'm excited for both of them actually.
I did see a trailer for Triple X in there, and it is just gangbusters, banana cuckoo pants.
But that's what makes it look awesome. You're like,
It is.
yes.
I want.
But that's what the first one kind of was. You're like, this is crazy action stuff, and now this one, they're like, let's take it further. And Resident Evil 2, you're like, they've made another one.
I love
And
that.
then I'm so excited. I'm like, I'll see it anyways.
I love those
But come on,
movies.
every time you see a trailer, you're like, they made another one?
But then I'm like, who cares? I want to see
No,
it.
well, then you're like, all right, I'm gonna see it anyway.
It's just one more time down that
Yes.
hallway with the lasers. Bzz,
Yes.
like,
Oh, and she still has it, and you're like, yes.
But I do like in the XXX trailer, like the last shot is him running through a plane as it's about to blow up, and then like the shot just follows him out of it as he's running down the plane outside in the sky,
Yeah.
and that's how it cuts. I'm like,
As only he would do.
like man, XXX man,
Yep.
he's back in the game.
A couple people brought up Train Spotting 2. I have not watched the trailer. Have you guys
I
watched the
haven't
trailer
seen
for it
that.
yet?
Yeah, I have seen the trailer
And
for it.
What does
do
it
you
look like?
think?
I mean, I'm a big fan of the first one, so sure.
Oh, okay. But that's better than
You don't sound
no.
impressed.
You don't.
Did I need another one?
Exactly, there you go.
But I'm probably gonna see it.
Okay.
What I do like though about seeing like XXX, Train Spotting 2
Yeah.
in January is that usually it's been always considered like a dead month, almost like
Right.
September to us too. So if they're trying to put good films in that year to kind of get people used to like, hey, good movies can come out any time of the year. I'm all for that.
I hope so.
I like that thought.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like I guess like Ride Along 2, they came out in January, did really well. So if we can get more January films, I'd love it.
More ride-along films?
Not more
No,
not more Ride Along films, but more good films.
Just
Watch,
checking.
it'll be right along.
Just had
Right
to
along 4,
clarify.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
man.
what though? The sad thing is they do well.
They do. I mean, they keep making them.
Yeah.
Oh boy, great.
Blue right along Halloween story.
They
Oh.
actually had a big crossover. Now, folks, over in international news, Doctor Strange continued to really kick butt overseas with another 118.7 million in its second week abroad.
Nice.
So that basically lifted its international total to 240.4 million, and with the domestic included, 325.4 million.
Or you know.
And boy, I guess it's doing okay.
Yeah, it's
sure.
doing aight.
I wonder if I'll get a sequel, you guys. I'm not sure. Now, but overall, there were a bunch of milestones reached this weekend at the box office, with Disney right in the thick of it. The studio crossed the 6 billion mark at the global box office for the first time in
Congratulations,
its
Disney.
history.
You guys were really in a bad place, but now you have $6 billion.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, only the second
You don't sound
studio.
impressed.
I'm just saying.
Only the second studio ever to pass that threshold after Universal did so last year, thanks to, in large part to Jurassic World and Fast and the Furious 7. Or Furious 7, we'll just go with that. And then in the mix, Zootopia moved up to number 2 for 2016 worldwide. Surprising, I would never thought that I wouldn't pick that one necessarily for number 2, but it's kicking butt worldwide.
It's on Netflix, so.
It's a good movie. I enjoyed it.
I liked it, but
You know
I didn't
what?
love it the way people
it's
loved
blowing our expectations, just like that little bunny did in the movie. It blew everyone's expectations out of the water and became a police officer, and it was beautiful.
I liked it, but I wasn't like, oh my gosh, the best thing ever. See, now that one I felt was, people thought, were explaining it as not that kiddie, but I'm like, it was a pretty simplistic plot, and okay.
I liked it.
But it was cute, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it, and it was cute. I liked stuff in it, but I
Kiddie.
wasn't like, best ever.
I was like,
Wait, is that it? You
that
did
Shakira
like it?
song.
Movie.
That Shakira song comes on sometimes, and it's kind of a jam.
You know, like,
That was part like, I don't
it
know.
was fun.
You guys are such Grinches.
And then lastly,
I
Bridget
think
Jones'
people
Baby.
built it up too much for
Probably.
me.
You might be right about that.
It crossed $200 billion worldwide.
Your
Inferno
favorite
passed 100. Oof.
Yeah.
Man, enough of that one. Inferno passed $150 million internationally, and Trolls, my pals Trolls, popped over $100 million offshore as well. Yay! Now, folks, we've got our box office bet coming up in just a little bit, so if you folks want to start chiming in the chat about the film that we're going to bet on for this coming weekend at the box office, the 3 films in contention are Almost Christmas from Universal, Arrival from Paramount, and Shut-In from EuropaCorp. So those are our 3 titles. So chime in the chat about which one you want us to make the bet on. In the meantime, though, we always like to do a top 5 box office look back in the past of some actor's career that's affiliated with some of the films coming out this weekend. I was looking around and it's like a lot
I
of
think
those
you did Naomi Watts, actually. I was surprised you went Forrest.
For which one?
I thought you were going to do Naomi Watts.
Oh, well, I was like, well, Forrest Whitaker, why not a little? Because Amy Adams, like, she already, like, a lot of the top ones were Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman.
Enchanted's not there?
Enchanted came in, but not until like 5, but it was a lot of just mega sequels and franchise films. So I was like, let's try to find something that's got a little variety in their top 5.
Fair enough.
So Forrest Whitaker gave us that top 5. Plus, it had a great number 1, which I was like, really? That's Forrest Whitaker's number 1?
Really?
Number 5, though, for Forrest Whitaker, the top 5 Forrest Whitaker box office opening weekend films was Vantage Point from 2008 from Sony.
I never saw that one.
Do not remember that one.
No,
I remember it, but I didn't see it.
yeah, that's with what's his name from Matthew Fox. and Dennis Quaid. Yeah.
Matthew Fox
They're all
from
like
Lost?
Secret Service agents. Yeah.
Nice.
And there's assassination, and then there's like different points of view. Everybody's got a different
that was
point of view.
good. I remember that one. That one was cool because
That
they
actually
do a
sounds pretty
moment
good.
where something happens, and then they jump to each person and what they were doing at that time. And
I
what
get
they
it, like
saw.
a vantage point.
Wow.
Oh.
Got it.
Now I hope you're
Quinn, you're
sarcastic
always ahead of the
or
game.
you're that blonde.
Clever.
But it was one of those. It was a. But no. Okay, there is the specific of what it is a vantage point, but how they told the story, jumping from those different perspectives. That was what was.
That's cool. Love it.
Because it wasn't like, I know movies jump around different characters, but this one was so specific. Like, this is what this person was doing. This is what that.
Play with
and how they
structure. You play
interconnect.
with structure, I'm probably gonna like your movie.
Unless it's a horror movie.
Coming in number 4 was Lee
Yeah.
Daniels' The Butler from with made over 24.6 million. Came back out in 2013.
Did you guys like this one?
It was a good movie.
I did not see it.
I did see it.
No, I didn't see it.
It was a good
was good?
movie.
Okay.
I thought it was a good movie. It felt like, oh, here's another one that's coming up around the Oscar award season.
Yeah.
But it was all right. It was all right. I think that was a really good performance from him for sure.
And it was
was.
Alan Rickman as Ronald Reagan, right? In that film?
I think so.
I think it was. Coming in at number 3, though, Panic Room. Again,
That
from
was a
Sony.
good movie.
Was
2002.
a good movie.
Enjoy that.
Yeah.
30 million its opening weekend.
That was a really good one.
Jodie Foster.
Yeah. Just
right.
it really just showed like how creative and inventive you could be, just shooting different scenes and
Yeah.
angles, just in a like in a closed location.
Yes.
Like that other movie, Room.
I never saw it. I get the gif. I never saw it. I'm sorry, Quinn.
You never saw Room?
No. I know she's trapped and then she gets out and
I
she's
never
got a
saw
kid.
it.
No.
You guys are crazy. It was so good.
But I do know that Tickled, speaking of films that Quinn loves, is available on iTunes right now with director's
Oh
commentary.
yes, watch Tickled.
Yeah.
Watch Tickled, you guys. If you're really ready to feel strange, watch Tickled.
I'm ready to do
You're
it.
gonna walk away from that feeling like you gotta take a shower.
I will watch Tickled if you watch It Follows.
Wait, no, that's not even close to being the same kind of deal.
That sounds like a really
I
good
think
film.
it is.
I will talk about it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I do kind of want to see Shut In, and that's a scary one. So
You do?
Really?
What?
yeah,
Why?
we'll talk about it when we get there.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Me too.
Also, that
About
the
your
film
opinion.
Latchkey Kid. You want to see that? No.
Speaking of Room, that kid is the kid from Room.
Number 2 was Where the Wild Things Are from Warner Brothers. Came out in 2009. $32.6 million its opening weekend.
I didn't see that one.
It was all right.
I did
Sorry?
not see
Okay.
this film.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe that's. I don't have like. I mean, I've read the children's book, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool, but I don't have that super emotional attachment to that story.
Okay.
So
I definitely
just
saw
watched
this
it.
movie, but I definitely don't remember Forrest Whitaker in it.
Yeah.
Was he a voice?
Did he have like a small? Oh, that's probably why.
puppets.
You normally avoid those.
I do, and then I realized I was like, I put that where he's a voice. So, my bad. I
You
blew
should
it.
pepper that in there too.
I think you should
A big
automatically
role?
lose the bet.
All right, I've lost it, guys.
Oh.
And then number 1, which really surprised me, because I was like, really, Forrest Whitaker? He's been in better films than this. Taken 3 from Fox came out last year.
Number one.
39.2 million.
How many
How do
times
you
are you
guys
going to get
think-
taken?
How many times how do you guys think Forrest Whitaker feels about that being his first movie?
That's crazy to me. I mean, the movie's
You mean
fine,
his top,
but I mean,
yeah.
they definitely
His
changed the
top
dynamic.
grossing. Do you think Forrest looks at that being like, well, that's my life, I guess?
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that gets taken in this film is just Liam Neeson's innocence.
Oh.
And he's got to struggle to get it back, everybody. That's the big dilemma. So I guess that's how you can still apply it. It's like, it's still something's taken.
It gets
here.
taken time and time again.
That's right. So that was our little look back at Forrest Whitaker's top 5. But now, folks, we're going to be getting into some predictions of our top 5. Still keep chiming in about our box office bet. Again, we have
Yes.
Almost Christmas,
God.
The Arrival, and Shut In. Meantime, folks, we're going to be doing our top 5 predictions for next week's box
Yeah.
office. Now, just a few notes before the predictions. Again, we've got Almost Christmas, Arrival, The Shut-In, going in with everything from our top 5 this week. Now, the last Christmas comedy was Seth Rogen's The Night Before, back last year in 2015. That opened up with $9.8 million. So in terms of Christmas comedy, something to compare to with Almost Christmas. And then the last 2 alien invasion films were from this year, Independence Day Resurrection, which opened in July with $41 million, and The Fifth Wave, which opened in January and made $10.3 million.
Arrival has a lot of big names in it though too.
It does, yep.
And it's kind of looking like a different alien kind of movie.
There
A
you
little
go.
bit.
So with those in mind, folks,
I'm so torn.
what do you
I
guys
know.
think?
I'm kind
how
of
this
fussing
top
around
five's
with this
gonna
over
look?
here too.
This is a hard week.
What?
But I
Yes,
think-
Media Shack. I agree. Media Shack in the chat was laughing at Taken. Yep, I was in disbelief as well when I saw Taken 3. It was number 1 for Forrest Whitaker.
I was in disbelief when I saw that it was coming out.
I know. I was like, really? Like, third one? All right. But I guess the story goes that Liam Neeson had to deal with it. He'd come back and do the third film as long as nobody was taken. So they had to figure out some other way to do the story. Which I can
That
understand.
is so
That makes
funny.
so much sense.
Yeah, it's
He's like, you know that name of the movie?
we're not doing
Forget
that again.
about it.
We're not doing that again. All right, Richie Skye, you've been gone for a week. You may be a
Yes.
little rusty.
Ah.
Let's see. Do you have what it takes to
The
figure out your
pressure's
top
on.
5?
Okay. But we got it. I think it's going to be number 1, Doctor Strange. I think it's going to be number 2. I'm torn because I think it's going to either be Almost Christmas or Trolls. So I'm going to say Almost Christmas. Then I'm going to say Trolls.
Okay.
Then I'm going to say Arrival Shut In.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're right about Almost Christmas. I think it's going to do really well. I don't know if
think
it's
it's
going to do
gonna
number
do-
2, but I think it's going to do really well.
Yeah, I think it's really going to go big. I do.
All right. Kari Lane?
Similar.
Isn't
but
Gabrielle
different.
Union in it? In Almost Christmas? I love her.
There's so many.
I'm gonna go Doctor Strange for number 1. I think Trolls will hold on to 2. And then I'm gonna put Arrival, Almost Christmas, and Shut In.
Okay, so no Hacksaw Ridge for you, huh?
Interesting. All right.
You know, it's one of those like it might stay in there because of word of mouth.
But it did
I don't
It did
know. It
14
only did
something.
14
At the most it's going to do is about 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
This
new
was the
ones,
first week for it, right?
Shut In is a thriller. People do like thrillers.
Yeah.
And Arrival is, alien sci-fi generally gets a crowd.
Yeah.
And big names in it too, which will
Yeah.
probably get the people who aren't as inclined for sci-fi alien movies because they're like, oh, I like so and so, and I'm gonna go see it.
And there's some good word of mouth right now.
Yes, my friend worked on one of the promos for it.
Oh, no.
It's actually a really great promo of they put people in a room that don't speak each other's language. They speak 2 different ones, and they have something in common, and the goal is to find out what that thing is without speaking.
Fun.
And I was like, it's such a beautiful little commercial. You're like, oh my gosh.
That reminds me of those things where they make people kiss. You know what I mean?
Well,
I always think
yeah.
those things are staged.
Do you?
I think
Well,
they're staged.
That one I felt it was real because I've had that
I'm
moment
saying
where you're,
where they kiss?
No.
Oh, that I'm thinking is staged.
The not communicating with someone if another language, but you find something you guys have in
Yeah.
common. Have you guys ever had that? I had it one time. It was pretty cool. It's photography of like I was.
Sounds very first date.
No. It was in New York City. We were going to the Statue of Liberty, and on the boat over, there's this Japanese guy taking photos, and I loved how he was taking the photo, and then I was kind of doing the same idea, and then we were kind of like, you could understand that you were liking, like, oh, that's a good
totally,
idea.
yeah.
And then when we get over to the island, and he's trying to set up a shot to do like you're stepping on it, or you're biting it, or you're grabbing it, and we were helping each other try to figure out like how to do it. But I only knew a couple words in Japanese of like I could say hi and introduce myself, and that's about it. But you could understand like, okay, hold on, I got it. Like here, right? Yeah, and it was cool because you could like communicate with people, and so I like that. And the whole idea is like communication, guys.
Look at that. And now
So that's
they're
the thing in the
married.
trailer. No,
Carrie bringing people together.
you know, fine,
right.
whatever. Laugh at me.
Quinn Scillian.
Anyway.
I'm gonna go Doctor Strange. I think I just am doing the same as you. Doctor Strange,
Okay.
Trolls, Almost Christmas, Arrival, Shut In. Is that what you said?
I switched Almost Christmas and Trolls.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna go Doctor Strange, Trolls number 2, Almost Christmas, Arrival, Shut In. You guys are saying Arrival is gonna do really, really well. I don't
Yeah.
think we're gonna see it number 2 or number 1, y'all. I would be very shocked.
Chat room saying 2 and 3 though.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go.
yeah, maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Doctor Strange 1. I still get. I think Trolls will do 2. Arrival 3.
4 and 5.
Yeah.
But remember, Shut In is only opening in how many theaters?
18.
That's what I look at.
5.
Yeah.
Almost Christmas 4 and Hacksaw Ridge 5.
So no Shut In, but you're keeping Hacksaw Ridge in
I don't
there.
think Shut In's gonna
What?
make the top 5.
Yeah, I can see that happening too.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's from Europa Corps. I mean, it's just I don't think it's gonna make
Yeah.
top 5.
Okay.
That's it, guys. I'm going out on
But
that.
I do think that we're going to start seeing a lot bigger numbers than we're used to because we're getting into that time
Oh,
of
yeah.
year. So it's time for us to, I think, maybe try and like reach for the stars a little bit more here with our numbers.
Trolls showed us that.
Trolls
Yes.
sure did.
Never
Because
stop
it's-
believing, folks.
I think more people. Yeah, you're right. It's the summer and then the winter is really like
Yeah.
going to the theaters.
Absolutely.
and fall. It's a mixed
Cuffing.
bag.
Not so
We're
much.
cuffing.
We're cuffing. Everybody's cuffing. Yes. All right, folks, we've reached the part of the show where we're going to do the box office bet. Now, as always, the way the box office bet works is that we're all going to bet on one of the films that the chat room suggests that we should bet on.
Favorite part of the
Everyone's
Richie
saying
Skye loves it.
Arrival, I think.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of Arrivals on there. Albin?
So
Anybody else
while
in
you
the
do that,
chat
we're all
have
going to
money?
bet on that. The one that's closest to the actual total will not have to see the movie. The one that's furthest away will have the joy of seeing that movie. Hopefully in the week or two after that film is
I don't
released.
know
and
where
tell
we
us all
came
about
up with
it.
this idea from.
Me.
That's awesome.
I did it.
There you go. Thanks,
It's
Quinn.
fun.
I will take full responsibility for
Usually,
this.
folks, we do our bets just kind of verbally along the way, but we're going to change it up a little bit. We follow a little chat room suggestion. Once we know the film that we're going to be betting on, which it looks like it's leaning towards Arrival, we're going to write down our box office totals here on this piece of paper and reveal them all at the same
Look
time.
at how good I ripped these.
There you go. Quality rippage
Yep.
for Quinn Scillian.
Pretty even sizes.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I feel like you were kind of keeping track of it, kind of a lot of Arrival buzz.
I saw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arrival.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Arrival coming out here. Now, as I said before, we Independence Day, that came out, opened 41 million. Fifth Wave opened with 10.3 million. Depending on where you've got it in your top five, have a little factor in how much you want to bet towards this box office total. So everybody write down your
No
number.
cheating.
You're the
No
only one
cheating.
with a pen, so you got to go to share.
Yes, quickly, we'll write this down. All right. We'll slide that down. Let those guys do it first.
Go ahead.
and I'll do it
No,
last.
you can.
There you go.
Did you already see what I wrote?
I did not see what you wrote.
Okay,
I'm going with
Oh
number
my
3.
God, I hate
so,
this.
God, now I know
all right.
how all those people in Jeopardy feel.
There you go. This is a very exciting moment here. I'm going to go with...
I'm so nervous.
No, I'm going to go with...
I hate this game.
All right.
You need to cut it.
Kari Lane.
Yes.
Number 3.
So far, Sky Patterson there in the chat is
No, it's fine.
his box office prediction. Doctor Strange, number 1. Number 2, Trolls 3, Arrival, 4, Almost Christmas,
Oh,
and
wait.
5, Hacksaw Ridge. Yes.
Is that
Sky
pretty much what you
Patterson?
said?
Yes. That's why I know Sky Patterson's my
Box
favorite person in
office
the chat.
pick. But you
There
know,
you go.
you see, Sky is your favorite, but Richie is Sky's favorite.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's
That's
Maybe
right.
you need to cut it. But you know what? We were slightly on a little bit
Yeah.
of a rush, and we're like, wait, let's do it. We're
No, I think they're saying that you need to cut it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Maybe
Thought you
not.
meant the
All right.
paper.
Star Drew is predicting Arrival does 28.
Okay.
There you go.
Yo, 35 mil? You guys are crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, all right, we'll start Richie Skye down to the end. What do you predict that the Arrival's going to do this weekend at the box office?
24.3 million.
Nice.
All
Love
right.
the exact.
Kari Lane?
28. So Star Drew, you and I are
Together
right there.
forever. I'm going
28.
low. I got 18.
I went 18 as well. Yes. All right, so
So
those
wait,
are our
if you
bets.
both
I am out of the
you both
dangle
have
Have to
zone.
see it. Yep.
Yeah, you are. So it's going to be
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
or Carrie.
Look at that. All right, everybody,
Wow.
that's going to do
Chat
it
room
for
said 50 for Arrival.
50.
50, you guys. You guys.
Everybody, don't go see that. Don't go. Everybody, tell your friends not
But you
to
know
see
what,
the
last
Arrival.
week-
Somebody remember that name,
Okay.
Serenity 26?
Yeah, Meteor
'Cause
Shock goes for 32. Okay.
All right.
34. All right, that's a little high.
All right.
24, that's crazy. Okay, but also,
With
I mean,
28.
last week we were betting real low for Trolls and that thing,
Yes.
so I don't know if maybe we need to bet higher or lower or what. 'cause-
Hey, you're the one saying we're going into the big spending.
yeah, I
rush.
know, you're right. I'm the one who went low. But to me, honestly, I thought that was pretty fair.
There you go. Well, we'll find out next week, folks. In the meantime, though, that does it for this week's episode of Box Office Breakdown. But like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks so much for everybody for hopping in the chat, and letting us know what you thought. We always appreciate you guys in the room with us while we do the show. In the meantime, folks, if you want to continue the conversation with us even after the show's over, Richie Skye, where can they find you?
you guys should stalk me on Instagram and Twitter at DJ Richie Skye.
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kari D. Lane and Facebook at Kari Lane Actor.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Quinn Scillian. You can find me on Instagram at Quinstagram, and you can add me on Snapchat at QuapChat.
Ooh, and you can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us for this episode of Box Office Breakdown. We'll see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.